G'day, Tonia Reeves, Australia's Cowgirl medium, coming at you from hometown today in Sunday Creek. How has your week been? Thank you all for those that call in and message us. We really appreciate you taking your time out to give us feedback and just sending messages of support. So thank you. Without you guys, we certainly wouldn't be able to put on our shows. So we really do appreciate you. And we love connecting and giving out readings. So that's what we're here for, and that's what we love to do. Coming into Christmas now, we are at the tail end of the year, and it's a bit bizarre in that we've felt like this year went slow and then all of a sudden it sped up. So I put my Christmas tree up today because I'm like, it's going to be not long and Christmas will be here. And I think it's felt like a long year this year for many of us. So do whatever you need to do to make that not feel so long. So that's what I did. I'm like, getting the decorations up early. Who cares? Do what you like. And we don't need to follow any rules. I feel like we're coming out of that where, the inside is do what you feel like doing and, it doesn't matter what anyone else does. So the insights this year have been pretty profound. And I know for us here in Australia, we've been really fortunate to get our numbers down really low with what's going on in the world in comparison. So we're kind of coming out a little bit of that restrictions. So that's been a real blessing for us here. And, we've had a lot of realizations, I believe, through this year. And I think, it's typical of what happens in this situation is hindsight. And we look back at things and we see that there's been positives, even though, through hard times, there's always positives to be gleaned at the end of it. And for me personally, there's been a lot of reflection, letting go of what no longer serves me, making decisions based on how I feel, not feeling obligated, being able to say no even more than I would normally, and also getting a grip on what it is I really love to do compared to what it is that I just do because I feel like I have to, or things that I thought I loved that suddenly I've changed up and I don't love doing so much. So, it's about prioritizing that. So I feel like I'm not the only one with this. So I feel many of you will relate to this message. And coming out of what was sort of almost like a little bit of a restriction for us has been the benefit of we've felt a little bit more sensitive. So we feel like we're getting messages through stronger now than ever before. We've coming back into socializing and connecting to others and energies, and we're feeling a little bit more like we're tuning in easier. And, that's something that I've been connecting with my readings with people and taking notice of. Everybody has commented that they're starting to notice the signs a bit more. And, all of our senses have been heightened because when you think of it, we've been, isolated. So we've been restricted, and now for us over here, we're moving out of that. So there's things like you walk into a room where there's lots of people and it can be a bit overwhelming. Our sense of hearing becomes a bit more acute. Our sense of smell and taste are the same. So it's just an interesting one to observe. And, as wherever you are in the world, just take notice of the changes that you will find happening when we're in a different situation like we have been this year. So I just wanted to share that and go, your psychic sense will be heightened. So don't be surprised because, that's the case for many. So I like to share that message because we want to connect to our higher self or our sixth sense, whatever it is you want to call it, and start to go down the path of making life a bit easier by tuning into that a lot more. And it does help with the flow of life. Yes, we have our challenges, but, if we can be flowing and flexible, then that certainly helps us as we hit those speed humps. All right, I'm going to go to my caller today, Desiree in San Antonio, Texas. Desiree, how are you?
Hey there. I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thanks for calling in today. I'm excited to connect for you.
Thank you for calling me.
My pleasure. My pleasure. You're pretty cool. Okay. First of all, I wanted to go to where does a baby fit around you? Because I'm like, there's a baby around you. And I wasn't necessarily convinced it's a baby in spirit. There's something about a baby arriving.
A baby?
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I have a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old, and then I have some teenage boys, but
okay. And there's no more on the way. So because I'm like, there's a baby around you. Okay,
no,
I'll explore.
I don't want anymore.
Well, just be mindful of that if you don't.
No. Right.
So you would be kept busy with those two. So can I ask, is Mum in spirit for you? Because I've got a lady stepping in straight away to connect with you today.
You said a female, like a mom?
Yeah.
So there would be two. Well, see, my mom is alive, but I have two grandmothers that raised me, so I don't know if it would be my mother's mom or my father's mother.
Okay. We'll decipher that down, because especially when you have got a few in spirit, it's like, let's work out which one it is. This lady stepping forward, because she feels very motherly to you. So obviously she had that sort of connection, and I feel like that's the way she looked at you, like you were hers. And she's also showing me there was something that she used to, there was a phrase she would use with you, like almost like she's mine, like even though she wasn't your biological mother, it's like she's with me, she's mine, there's some kind of acknowledgement in how she introduced you, was like this is mini me. I feel like she's acknowledging. So there was a lot of similarities to you and her.
Yes,
and the way that she showed,
had a very close bond. Yeah.
And it's like she's showing me holding hands, so it's like that connection. And even though I feel like there's more siblings around, what she's showing me, she had a special bond specifically with you. And I want to go to, are you the youngest girl or the baby? Where does, like, she's showing me there was just that special connection.
My mother was 15 when she had me, and so my grandmother, she stepped in and she helped raise me, where she pretty much took over. And so it would be my mother's mom then. And we have a very, very close bond, especially around Thanksgiving and all that. Beautiful.
And she used to introduce you as hers, because I feel like she would let people think you were hers. It's something around that. She's laughing.
It's like, okay, so her name was, they would call her Winky, but I would call her, so whenever I was like 1, I tried saying her name, Grandma Winky, but it came out like Monkey, so I would call her Monkey. So she would tell everyone, oh, it's my granddaughter, she calls me Monkey, like, I don't know. It was just something, like an insight thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, she
I know what you're talking about.
It's
just kind of weird.
Yeah, it is. And it's like she's very strongly around you. And I do feel like I want to go to, it's like she's almost showing me also there's something around a flower. I felt like she was handing me flowers, or like there was some representation around her with them. So I don't know whether she had, but I want to go to something specific, like not just flowers. It was like there's something that is a connection to her. And like I felt like I was looking at a pink rose, but I could be wrong on exactly what flower it was, but there was something quite specific, and I feel like there would be a memory around her with that.
Flowers? Okay. I can't think of anything right now. The only thing I can think of is there's this vase that's left in her house, and it has pink flowers in it, and it's like a Japanese-looking vase. But
okay,
I don't know.
You haven't got that though. That's still at her place.
She's flowers, though. Yeah.
And because I'm just getting her to bring in a little bit more, and it's almost like she's around you at the moment, because there's something around shifting and changing, and that's like it's important that she's come through for you today to say that she is around supporting you. So there's decisions that you're making at the moment. Does that make sense? Like you're kind of umming and ahhing on where you're going to be moving forward to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like she's...
I'm recently getting out of a 11-year relationship with a narcissist, and so like
Yeah.
she was renting a house from him, but now since she passed away, now he's kind of like living in it, and he just got like pancreatitis or something like that. He was in the emergency room. It's just a long story, but like he told me, like, I feel like your grandma did this to me. I was like, okay, I hope you're not cussing her out or anything, but yeah.
No, she's there to support you, and it's like she's with you on this journey. And I do feel like there was an opportunity when you made that decision to leave or to, you know, split things up. It's like she helped you with that, because it almost, what she's showing me is like it looked like you weren't going to be able to get out of this without there being trouble or without, you know, him acting up. And it's like there was an opportunity and you've taken it, and it's like she wants to put her hand up to say, I helped you with that.
Right. You know, the weird thing is that he took my girls from me, and then he got the pancreatitis over the weekend. And so when he got out the emergency room, he came back to my door with my girls, and that
Beautiful.
was how he got back in my house. So I don't know, like, what to do about that,
it's
but
like,
he will not get out.
Yeah, you will get help. There's somebody that's going to step in, and I want you to just start looking around, because you'll get him out, but you just need the right help.
Okay.
So I do want to say, look out for somebody that is going to step in that will it's almost like they'll be serving him to say out. So don't doubt that. It's going to happen. And it's like she's up there. She's pretty strong-willed, and she won't take shit from anybody is what I want to say. That's what she's telling me, all right? Yeah. It's like, so I'm here to help. So don't lose faith. You've got this. All right? I'm going to run out of time, but just know she is around. She's going to make the opportunities happen. You will be okay. He will be gone. Don't you worry about that. She'll have taken care of it.
Thank you so much.
Run. My pleasure. Keep the faith. You've got this. Okay. Love and blessings. Tonia Reeves, Australia's Cowgirl Medium, signing off today. Thank you. Woohoo!